say that I was your sort.
How do you mean?
Men, they either go for their mothers or the opposite.
Could you explain the plot of the film and some inspirations for the film getting made?
Yes, the plot's quite hard to explain because there's a lot of spoilers in it. But basically, it's about a man who's been out of prison for a year, and he has his first date, and it coincides with the arrival of his mother. And at the beginning of the film, he wakes up and finds a dead body in his bathroom, and most of the film is about him trying to hide his crime from his mother. But there is a big twist that I can't really give away. So
keep turning it around. See how the colours change.
Don't you remember how happy we were? Happiness to kill.
The film obviously stars your brother, Toby Jones.
Yeah.
What was it like establishing a working relationship with him, and how do you feel his performance elevates the film?
I hope so. It's a real pleasure working with Toby. We've done it a couple of times before. So a long time ago we made he was in a pop video that I directed for a local band to here, actually Gomez, called Whipping Piccadilly, which is about a day out in Manchester. And then we worked together on a short film probably about 8 or 9 years ago. And so we sort of knew that it was going to be okay. We weren't going to kind of turn into different kinds of people. But I think he brings the main character is not necessarily that sympathetic on the page. So I think what Toby brings is a sense of vulnerability to that character, allowing the audience to sort of side with a character who might otherwise be a bit too different to them.
I'm looking for someone. My wife.
If it sends you off somewhere, I'll come and get you.
Now, in the trailer, I've viewed the trailer, and it really sells the film very well. The juxtaposition between the music in the trailer and the disturbing scenes in it is really quite beautiful. Is that something that you feel conveys the message of the film very well, and do you feel that is really important for certain scenes in the film, the difference between the images on the screen and the sound?
Interesting question. I think so the music is a bit of harp music by a 19th century composer called I think it's Alfred Zabel, and he wrote it for the harp, and I played it a lot when I was writing the film, and the reason it's it's a doleful sound, really, and the reason is because it would be very easy to fall into sort of making a film with horror tropes, like, you know, scary music and, you know, exaggerated angles or whatever, and I always wanted this not to be a horror, even though it's been going to a lot of horrors film festivals. I wanted it to be more of I wanted the music to underline the tragedy of the piece rather than the horror of the piece. So hopefully that goes again towards what I was saying before about trying to understand the main character is a victim of circumstance rather than the perpetrator of circumstance.